And we are live.
Crazy with that, bro.
You can actually pronounce that as live, or you can pronounce that as live. It all depends on where your spirit at and where your mindset is.
And
Salute to the
ain't that
people.
crazy how they do have one word and got two different like words
I
to
mean,
it? Like what, bro?
hey man, that's the English language for you. That's why contracts ain't shit, and wordplay is such a bitch because a nigga could be saying one thing and mean something totally different. That's why con men are alive. Goddamn it, just
I
because of
mean,
that.
you could say a word that sounds like the meaning of you know what I'm saying? How you
Yup.
hear the word, you like, oh, okay, I know what that means.
Yup.
And then you look up the definition, like, that's what that means.
Oh, okay, I used that shit
Like
wrong. My
entanglement.
bad.
he think like, oh yeah, you just got entangled in the moment, right?
Uh-huh.
You look
It's
up
like,
entanglement, you
like,
like, oh, that's what that means. Okay.
this nigga's out here being some crazy
So
shit.
it's like if you really don't know words and you don't know your diction like that, man, you can get played easy. Oh, Itz Sniperzz is back.
Snipers came through early in the building. What's good with it? It's Snipers. We here, you know what I'm saying? We came through early in the building today too, you know what I'm saying? So salute to the people. It's Wednesday. It's almost the end of the week now because it's technically the middle of the week. So that's some crazy shit. I always be feeling like I always be talking shit about the beginning of the week. And I'm like, damn, the beginning of the week's here. And then that shit just moved by crazy fast.
Low-key.
Like every time I feel like it seems like that, especially when we do the podcast. When we don't do the podcast, not necessarily. But when we do this shit, I'll be like, this shit. I was like, nigga, we just talking about it. It was Tuesday. It's the beginning of the week. Anyways, though. As always, you already know how we start this shit off. We trying to keep something consistent. And at the very least, let's keep the beginning of the show consistent. In man, how was your Wednesday? How would you rate it from 1 to 5? So on and so forth, money.
Like a my fault, y'all had to really think about it, but like a 3.75. There we go.
Okay, so a pretty solid day overall.
Yeah, that was solid, man. Honestly, I was on the phone low key. I probably shouldn't even be saying this. I don't care though. I was on the phone at work, man. I was just talking. Low key got me through, man. Cause at first, man, it was boring as hell and then nothing, no action, man. Everything done. I'm like, it's gonna be one of them shifts, huh? But I got through that joint. So I'm like 3.75, man. Only reason it wasn't a 5 or any of that, because I'm just like, I still had to deal with that nonsense up in there. But it wasn't that bad though, because I was on the phone. So yeah. What about you?
I made that bad boy zoom through then.
Low key, yeah, man. I was gonna call you next, man, but my last phone call went longer than I anticipated.
Absolutely. I respect it, man. My day, I'd say my day today, I'd give it a solid 1.7. My day wasn't shit. It was one of those days you ever nothing specifically happens. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing crazy happens, but you just kind of wake up and you just off. And that's how I woke up. I woke up off in the motherfucker today. It followed through the whole day. Just wasn't fucking with it. But we here now, you know what I'm saying? Got me some good juice in my system, you know what I'm saying? And the night is solid, you know what I'm saying? So a solid 1.7. One of them days, god damn it. But salute to the people. You know what I'm saying? We here now. Real quick, I do want to say this, man. Fuck YouTube sometimes because y'all niggas want to go ahead and take my comments down. When I had a troll attack me on my own page, I can't respond properly. So YouTube ain't shit about that. Another thing, real quick, too, I want to talk about is God will humble your ass as quick as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the way God humbled me, man. Because I was on the phone coming home. I was talking all types of shit. Shout out to Itz Sniperzz. Itz Sniperzz said his was a 2.2 born day. So a little bit better than mine, a little bit worse than yours. So we got all types of ranges in the day when it came to the status of the
Mine
day.
was so high is just because I had the least amount of bullshit I've encountered in the last 2 weeks. That's the only reason I feel like I had to give it that rating. I'm like, well, I really didn't have to deal with no type of attitude today. Oh, you can hear that?
No, I could, but it just wasn't as crispy as it could have been.
Oh, this guy. But yeah, I just didn't have any type of necessarily any attitude. Everybody I talked to, you know, it was for the most part smooth, but you know, you got your, you know, how people just still act. You know, you gotta deal with what comes. But anyway,
but that's good though. Salute to you because I'm like, it's good. We need them good day. We need them threes. You know what I'm saying? Them threes because it's hard to come across them threes. Really hard to come across the fours. Really hard to get the fives.
I was telling
so
I was telling that person. I was like, yeah, man, I gotta embrace it. I gotta embrace these days because I'm just like, man, if I don't praise these days, the bad days are gonna be worse, in my opinion. Cause I'm like, you gonna really you thinking about bad days. Like when you having a bad day, you own it.
Seem like that shit never gonna end. God damn it.
You
Seem
like you
it's
own
gonna
it. You
carry
just
on through
like
the week.
man, like
Absolutely.
everything, and it's crazy. Like things happen. Like for me, sometimes I can predict when I'm in a bad mood when more bullshit finna happen, and it's inevitable. Like I'm just like, I know I'm finna get in this motherfucker, and this shit is about to happen.
That's kind of what I was talking about when I'm like, nothing specifically happened to me to make it a bad day, but I just woke up and I was just like, damn, it's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah, like bro, I remember like it was like 2-3 Sundays ago, bro. Like I really went in that motherfucker. I'm like, I know today is about to be BS, just because I know who was opening and who I was gonna really work with majority of the day. And sure enough, everything came to fruition, man. I low key might have spoken into thought existence.
You know what? That may be it because I'm like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? When I was saying this shit, where I'm like, okay, I wake up and then I'm like, okay, I feel away, but as soon as I'm like, it's gonna be one of them days, it becomes one of them days.
I swear,
what if I just felt the way and I was just like, nah, man, this day gonna be great. I don't give a fuck how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Would there be a difference?
I don't. Yeah, because I'm telling you, I know it, bro. I'm like, today is gonna be on that BS. Sure enough, I'm hearing more BS. I see BS. I'm on the phone with BS. I see more BS, and then I'm just getting mad, and I'm just like, and then like I'm telling you, like I remember this girl, and I wasn't mad, but I remember she said something to me, and I just ignored her ass, bro. Ignored her like she didn't even say a word. Like it was just quiet in there. I later apologized to her. I said, I'm sorry. Earlier I didn't. She said, oh, it's fine. I understand. I was like, okay.
That's very self-aware of you though, for to do the part to realize that you fucked up.
I ignored her though because I heard her, but I didn't hear what she said. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I heard her. I'm
like you wasn't necessarily concentrating on what she was saying, but you knew she said something. But you was just like,
and I was just like, but
I know
in different
headspace.
She low key was new, so I was like, damn, like. You know, when you usually ask questions, you really need to know that answer for the most part. You're not asking questions, just ask. Like, but if she was, I was like, damn, I'm sorry. She said, oh, it's fine. I was like, yeah, I just let because I'm like, I don't want to be taking my shit out on other people necessarily, man. I don't want to be trying to do that. But like you said, I'm telling you, even
appreciate those good days. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I got you. That's why I was like, it wasn't that bad today. Like, I can't complain. Like I told you, I was talking through work.
And salute to Itz Sniperzz. He says he's gonna take care of the trolls. I got you. Yeah, man. The trolls is gonna be heavy, man. They're gonna try and get us, man. But salute to Itz Sniperzz going to work. Like, snipe. Y'all don't know, man. Itz Sniperzz was undefeated. Goddamn, he'll come with that ass from Chicago. Goddamn, y'all better be careful. But look, what I want to say real quick is how God will humble your ass, or whoever y'all believe in, the upper beings, whatever it may be, life in general, karma. It'll humble your ass. Because I was talking mad shit. Live, baby, live. However y'all want to pronounce it, whatever MySpace is. But I'm like, God, he'll come, whatever you want to call it, he'll come humble your ass real quick. I was talking shit on the phone, like this day ain't shit. I'm going through, you know what I'm saying? Big up, all types of shit, right? And I'm just setting the shit down, all that type of shit. So I have the front door open, but the little, the clear one is closed. So if you want to come knock on the door, you'll feel comfortable to do it. And they came and knocked on the door. I looked over, you know what I'm saying? I seen he was sweating. I opened the door. I was like, what's good, bro? And he was like, bro, I'll cut your grass right now. I was like, no, we good right now. You see, we don't really need no grass cutting, man. And he was like, I do it right now. I do it for the low. Like, I was like, we already got someone doing it, man. He's like, how much? I told him, and he was like, I'll do it for this much. I was like, you good, bro? Like, he was like, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I don't got no money. Like, I don't got no way I can get to work tomorrow. Like, my car fucked up. I need to get some food for my kids. Like, I'm just asking for, you know what I'm saying? He was asking for like $15, $20. I was like, I don't got no cash on me, bro. I was just like, damn. I was like, my cousin might be here like 9. I know he has cash, and then I'll just split it with him. We do some shit like that. I'm like, if you could wait, you gotta come back around that time. He's like, damn, like you can't go up to ATM for me real quick. I was like, man, just come back 30, 45 minutes. I'll go see what I can do. He's like, all right. He went left. You know what I'm saying? I went. They didn't have an ATM at the corner store. So I came back. I was like, damn, well, hopefully he come back with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come back. So hopefully he found it because he was hustling, going through. But
was he a dark skinned nigga? He like about 6, like 5'11", kind of heavy?
Yeah.
And they came by before already, nigga.
Oh, so yeah, that's his hustle?
I don't know. But I mean, like, he was like, yeah, can I cut your grass? I was like, nah, bro, like we about to have somebody come cut that already. He was like, you got any money or something? Like, I'm just trying to get some food. I don't got no money or nothing, bro. I was like, that's why I was trying to cut your grass. Like, at least try to do something for the money. I was like, I respect that, bro. Like, you didn't come up here just my fault, y'all.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like, I respect that, bro. Though, like, you really come up here and you really didn't just ask for money. Like, you asked to try to actually do something. I was like, let me see, bro. Went back there. I was like, I had a dub and I had 5. I was like, you gonna get this 5?
Okay, cool. I was about to say, I hope you didn't give him.
No,
just because that's why that nigga came back.
Only reason I gave him a 5 though, because I was just like, I know everything on Fraser, you can get something good for $5. And I did it.
Absolutely.
I'm like the 4 for $4 at Wendy's, boy. That shit clutch. If y'all don't know, boy, I
crazy.
just
You can go to Burger King. You can get like 3 double cheeseburgers.
Oh, you
with
can
5.
get you some nuggets though. You get you like what 15?
You can get two things of nuggets because it's only $1 and probably get a couple double cheeseburgers for 5. Yeah, it's crazy.
So I'm like, I gave him 5. But see, I you know why I gave him 5? Because low key, I thought, because you was here when he came. You were just in your room, and I was gonna come ask you. I'm like, bro, this. You asked so many motherfuckers.
What time was it at? Was it around like 2?
Yeah, something like that. No, I think I had an off day, but you was in the crib. You came for your break during the work.
Yeah, it didn't have to be around because I'm like, it's always the same time when I come back. Yeah. It's a good thing you didn't because I'd be like, man, don't get that nigga shit. I don't give a fuck on my break. I'd probably been asleep too. I'd have been mad as fuck. Asleep. You woke me up. I'm like, what?
You see, I didn't come do something, bro.
I was mad as fuck.
I was just like, cause remember that one time that gardener nigga, he came in, so I low-key wish I can go back to my childhood, not having to worry about not all day shifts.
Absolutely.
With any guarantees, so wasting a whole day to pay bills. Like for somebody, I swear, it's like you're not lying.
I'm gonna leave that up for a little bit. Absolutely.
I used to think about that shit too. I low-key been reminiscing on my childhood. I was just like, man, I remember lunchtime. Motherfuckers.
It's just you didn't care about shit that was important. Like you didn't realize that the problems you had was so like minute, my nigga. Like it wasn't shit.
Mine, it'd be like this bitch didn't hit me back or something in third period, or she snubbed me, or she said some bullshit to this chick, something like that. Boy, I'll cut y'all grass. I'm Mexican. My first job was working for the landscaping company. You crazy, boy. Hey, boy, you want to cut that grass, though, but you know,
it gotta be lower, though. It gotta be lower than you already get it. You know what I'm saying? The initial was
shout
crazy.
Shout out to 3 people in the chat. Gotta acknowledge all y'all in there.
Hey, yeah, throw a like. We can't see the like, so go ahead, throw a like. If you ain't throwing a like, though, man. It means a lot, goddamn it. And go ahead, if y'all got something to say, go ahead, throw it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Even y'all trolls out there, man. Go ahead, bring the smoke.
Man. Back in the day was
bring
easy,
the smoke.
Man. I want and like shout out to Zoe Williams, like he said, man. When you was young, years felt like decades, man. I attest to that because I'll tell you now, my middle school years felt long as hell.
I thought I was never gonna be out of school. I'm like, man, we're gonna be doing this shit forever. Waking
up.
You know what's crazy? Is we are doing that shit forever. We still in school, nigga.
We just got a fucking different. Just a permanent teacher.
That's it.
That's the only thing.
And we have the option if we want to switch schools, we can switch schools.
That's the only thing.
It's still the same shit, goddamn it. Niggas is still. So that's what school is really about. School ain't about educating your ass. School is about getting you into
where you gonna be placed. Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying, understand you got to do the same shit over and over and be told what to do, and you have to accept that.
But see, at least when you older, you can find a job, and if you find that job, you stupid, and you find that job, you can. I'm over here hunched over, like I can't bring this mic close to my mouth. But anyway, you can find a job that you can, work with whoever with your hours and everything. Like school was hell for me because bro, our district, bro, we had to beat that bitch at 7. Like that shit used to kill me waking up so early, bro.
Trash, man.
So early in the weekends was weak, especially if you had to go to church because you only really had one day to sleep in. Really, only one.
Unfortunately, I never even thought about that. That's crazy. That's actually
one Saturday, point. And then our pops, you might not have to sleep in.
So that's why I love sleep so much. Goddamn it,
your ass gonna wake up and do some work in the yard early because it's gonna get too hot.
And your weekends was never weekends too, especially in this. Like you think you going like summer come and it's like, damn, I don't got to do shit. I don't got no worries, no class, nothing like that. Nah, that's when you know what I'm saying. I probably like, oh no, we gonna do this, and it's crazy.
This. I'm like, we play basketball too, so it's like you got practice, and then you gotta do what you do before practice, and then you got shit after.
And usually the weekends was you usually wouldn't have practice on the weekend. Sometimes you would if some shit happened, but usually when it has, you thinking, oh, this is rest time. But it's like, nah, nigga, this is time to go in the yard and
go in the yard
pull
and
some
start doing
weeds.
hard work. And so it's like by the time you're done with yard work, you're not like, I'm trying to go do this. You like, I'm trying to get some Z's.
Like,
and when you
like,
take it down,
how many people's pulled weeds? Like weed. Why the fuck am I pulling weeds?
bro, really pulling weeds, bro.
Pulling weeds, spraying the
Cutting
shit down.
palm trees.
Got to put the shit into the bag the shit up, make sure we put the shit away. Like, man, weeds ain't shit.
And them motherfuckers grow back
fast as fuck. So it's like, it's not like you doing it one time and you die.
That's the thing. Like y'all, you
it's
get up, right?
It's a weekly
That's
thing.
what I'm telling y'all. Look. It be like this. Look, you get up, right? You gonna be out here for some hours. But afterwards, you kind of feel good inside. You like, all right.
This shit actually crazy. It might be these days. Go ahead, keep talking to me.
Like you feel good low key, even though you didn't want to do it, when you do some hard work, everybody knows like you kind of feel good. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of feel good, right? So you thinking like, bet that shit done and over with. We ain't gonna have to see no more weeds. 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks later, they come back tenfold. And see, the thing about what we had like so much land in a sense where it was like,
we was like, in the desert.
It wasn't just a little, like it's just a lot of just dirt.
Jumping, y'all ever heard of jumping cactus? Goddamn it! I used to hate jumping cactus, man. Yeah, I'm terrible. Them joints, you would think you was far enough away where they want to get you, and then you go in your crib and you're like, why my ankle feel like this? Nigga, you look in your sock, you got all types of shit.
I hated them thorns too, bro.
All types of shit, man.
Cause remember you had to get them off the rocket. Y'all
can't tell me a plant ain't like there's plants that's alive out in this bitch, and they looking to get your ass, man.
I'm telling you, man. But yeah, man, a lot of people don't understand about that hard work. Cause I'm telling you, bro, some people you go back to school. Oh yeah, man, what you did this weekend? People was leisure. Oh yeah, I was just
this motherfucker Darren just in.
Is he sharing?
He'll sell it. I know he would.
Tell him got a funny thing this way. Tell him, pull up on me.
That shit looks solid.
That's what I'm saying. Tell him, pull up on me.
Look at that.
What me? Yeah, go ahead. Tell
solid.
him to pull up on me. He pull up now. He doing shit.
That looks solid.
But yeah, man. Oh, Estrada came back.
Estrada up in this joint.
Used to,
oh no, it's Sniperzz. I was like, what? Where Estrada been at, man? But go ahead.
He was there yesterday. Maybe he left though.
Yeah.
My dad used to wake me up to work on some in
his house.
And y'all work every Sunday, pulling leaves, cutting branches.
See,
it was annoying.
That's why energy is crazy. You don't have to necessarily be next to someone to know something. There's a reason why Itz Sniperzz is part of the Black Goose family, goddamn it, and he knows exactly what the fuck we talking about. That shit is crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. I used to think that shit low key. Like when I was growing up, when my pops made me do that, I'm thinking like every kid low key.
That's what I thought too.
Had to wake up and kind of go do this hard work.
Real quick, it's Sniperzz. How old is your pops, if you don't mind me asking?
I know, yeah.
Because usually you got a certain.
I know age when you get some type of discipline to that degree. I'm telling you, bro. When you go to school, you just start hearing like you went to Disneyland and you did what? You went jet skiing at the lake. You did what and what? You went to John's Incredible Pizza and had a party. What'd you do? I was up at 6 a.m. doing weeds. What'd you do Sunday? Oh, I had to go to church. Okay. What'd you do after that? Shit, I had homework after that. What'd you do before the homework? Oh, I had basketball practice. Yeah, motherfuckers ain't had no time.
None.
No time, boy. So I used to think like, man. But see, like now I appreciate that shit though. Cause I'm like, man, hard work, man.
It do pay off because it gets you into a routine where you understand that's life in general. But what's crazy is, man, them bad days, they still come along, man. Cause I'm like, sometimes I'm like, man, this shit bullshit.
Bro, I'm telling you, you wanting to just geek up, turn up, man.
Oh God, salute to the people though, man. Salute to everybody that's been joining the chat, man.
Yeah,
really
man, let's
been
get into
some
of them topics, man. Kind of was, doing our thizzle.
Yeah. Real quick, right before we get to the topics, I just want to say, because Itz Sniperzz, he did ask any fights coming soon, real quick. So you know, if, in case you don't know, Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence is going to be happening. So that's a fight that you know.
Hey, you said you wanted to happen, and you said that Danny Garcia is the hardest puncher in that division. Did you not?
Absolutely. I said,
don't you think that Garcia is gonna be more of a problem than people think? Because I'm like, okay, they're gonna like
he is because of his power, but I
saying,
think Errol Spence is gonna win simply because of the output.
I think. I mean, Earl's defense ain't no slouch. He tight. You know what I'm saying? Come like, if you can really survive Sean Porter, I really think you're a hell of a fighter. AB, Garcia, Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like, these type of dudes are hell of fighters to me. Because I'm like, Spence is usually, not Spence. Sean is usually hurting people in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
he is.
For Spence to really, carry himself the way he did that fight, even though I'm not saying that was his best performance, but he still carried himself and still got a knockdown. I'm just like, he's a bad boy for that. I'm like, you gotta give him his credit.
No, absolutely. I don't disagree with that. But I think it's still going to be a fight for Errol Spence to win.
I say that though to also say though, like you say, styles make fights. I just feel like Danny Garcia is a better matchup with Spence than it is for Sean, in my opinion. I could be wrong. What you think?
Oh, there we go. He's 46. All right, a little bit younger than our pops. Well, a lot younger actually. Yeah. So that's rare right there. That's rare. That's the culture right there for y'all. That's rare right there.
What ethnicity is.
That's why I said. That's why I said it's the culture. That's why I said it's the culture.
But growing up Mexican, black, you disciplined.
It all depends. Yeah. It all depends. At least for our community, it all depends because I'm like, if you just being raised either by your mama or if you're getting raised by younger parents, it's a lot different.
And you gotta remember, some of our our community households, they're raised by the oldest sister. Like, it's not even just the parent. Like, mama's doing 2 jobs, maybe 3,
because it can't be.
And so now you got the big brother, the big sister watching out and then you even got a middle child even watching under the younger child.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. It's like a role, but it's a unit though.
But when there's 2, that's why it's like you can't deny having 2 parents in the household, at least 2 parents who are willing to like really work.
Yeah,
and
together.
At the very least, co-parent is important because that shit is rare. Usually that shit ends up being filled with hate. But when you have 2 in the household, and especially when the woman respects the man, the woman will allow the man, especially if they have sons, to make sure the son ain't on no bullshit. You feel me? But when there's no respect in the household, that's when, because I'm like, you can still co-parent, but if there's no respect, then especially if there's a son involved, it's really hard to make that shit work, or at least for the son to have any type of discipline in his life.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? I can't really speak from a daughter's aspect or standpoint because I don't know how that is right there. My best friend in my school days was black because we got along so well. And you from Chicago, right? So I'm like, what's the ratio there? You know what I'm saying? Is it kind of like a mix of Mexican and blacks, more blacks? You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you are, more whites. Like
the demographics.
Yeah. The proportions.
What you want to get into? You said
if I'm going to get some steak and some mashed potatoes, what's the proportion of the mashed potatoes to the steak? Because I want more steak than mashed potatoes. Nah, I want more mashed potatoes. All right, what we gonna get into? We're gonna get into some news, right?
I thought you wanted to get into something before that.
Oh, I did. Remember, I was just saying that Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia was gonna. It ended up making.
The head topic was the NBA's back tomorrow, man. How you feeling about it?
That's gonna be the first game. Technically, the NBA's been back. Just know it hasn't been. I don't think it's gonna be any different.
It was the scrimmages, but
yeah, but I think we're gonna have the same energy we seen in the scrimmages in the actual games. Like,
but how you feel about it though?
Go ahead. How do I feel about it? That's interesting. I'm supportive of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Something more to watch. I want to see LeBron get another ring. I actually, even though I feel iffy about the whole fact there's no fans, even though I think there's not going to be as much defense, there already wasn't much defense, but there's going to be less defense. When you get something taken away, you don't even realize you want it till that shit is taken away, and it's like, okay, I want the NBA back. You know what I'm saying? Bring it on back, man.
Hey, I'm gonna say this though. I think I'm gonna play devil's advocate to you, bro. I think it's gonna be the reverse, low key. I'm not saying the defense is gonna be OD stellar, but I think it's gonna be better than what you think. Cause I'm like, regardless, it's different from fighting. I feel like that energy from the fans and crowd is different because I'm like, it'll make you just, I feel like it get you in a different flow state. I'm not saying that's not for basketball, but I feel like with hoops, if somebody's talking shit to you, you can get going versus a fan booing you. If that makes sense. I don't know if that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, in fighting, if somebody's talking shit with you with no fans, I feel like with fans would make you be like, what, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is around, but I feel like with no crowd, you just like, either you got it or you don't that night. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because you were saying like with Tony Ferguson, you're like, maybe that fight with Justin Gaethje was a whole different bang with fans. But I'm like, with this basketball, I'm not saying it's not going to be different. Of course it will be. But I'm saying, I feel like maybe dudes will take, you know, like, there's nobody here. If you're busting my ass and talking shit, everybody in here is going to hear that. So it's like, you're going to have to take some pride. Like, well, shit.
No, I hear you, and that can't happen. I'm just
being,
that.
I'm just saying, I think maybe that could happen. I'm not.
My thing is
100% though. I'm not doubting anything.
What I just kind of put into play is the same thing I put in the fights. I'm like, there's no way to replicate adrenaline.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And I'm not talking about like, because you can get adrenaline at any point, but that peak adrenaline is when there's people watching.
Yeah, no, of course.
That peak nervousness turning into adrenaline is when people are watching. And it's not just, now in their case, it's different because they know people are watching because it's being broadcasted. But when they're actually, when they're actually there, like, you know what I'm saying, energy is real just in the fact where you can be around someone, they having a down day, you're like, oh man, I feel the energy, you know, something's going on. So think about if you playing a game and you hit a shot and the energy from the fans, whether it be I hate this shit or I love this shit, think about how that can feel somebody. No, you can't replicate that, duplicate that. And so that's why I feel like the games at the end of the day, it's not going to be to that standpoint. There's no way it can. That's why I feel the same way about the fights. That's why I think it's crazy when I see people or see these news, like, we've had the best fights ever in 2020. I'm like, no, we haven't. I'm like, I don't like the closest fight that I really, really enjoy. Like, I've been enjoying Calvin Kattar. He's been, you know what I'm saying, excelling in this time. And you got to think about the reason why, because he's such a precise striker. So a precise striker who's all about being calm and looking for the right punch in an environment where there's no adrenaline and you can control your emotions through the whole time, compared to a Tony Ferguson who feeds off of that. And that's what makes him go and gets him in his rhythm. There's disadvantages now, you know what I'm saying? But people don't want to talk about that type of shit. And I'm getting back into him, man. Shout out to Barry Robinson. He changed his his YouTube channel, Make Boxing Great. He changed that joint. He was talking about what's happened to boxing and how it's sad when you see people talking about combat sports, period. And to the extent you can even go to sports, period, where they just looking at it from a perspective. Like he was talking about, like, if you want to talk about like jiu-jitsu, when people do jiu-jitsu, they don't compete, but a lot of times they'll train it, woo. Even if you want to talk about basketball, baseball, whatever it may be, it's like you have people who, even if they didn't compete, they trained in it and they understand the aspect of the sports. And so they speak understanding the linguistics of it, you know what I'm saying? The actual art of it. So it's no, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it may seem disrespectful because the opinion comes into play, but you know what I'm saying? It's still from a heartfelt place because they understand what's going on. And that's not everything too, because you have a lot of people speaking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, basketball is such a big sport. So you have a lot of people who talk about it and they never yet actually did it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's in everything. But like the whole point of it is like you have a lot of that coming on to combat sports, boxing, MMA in general. And it's like, or even at the very least, they're just watching it from a fan point. I want to see someone get knocked out rather than actually trying to respect the sport in some sense. And so you got all these type of crazy notions, all these type of crazy things people saying, like Deontay Wilder's a bum type shit. Like, it's like, why are you? And no one ever, and I'm like, I never thought about that till I watched that. This is all credit to Barry Robinson. Like, why doesn't anyone ever get on the coaches? It's always about the fighter, but it's never about who was their corner man. What was they teaching them? This is a learned sport.
That is true, because in basketball, they'll go at the trainer quick. Who trained you? Man?
Who's your coach?
Garbage.
Fire that man.
Yeah, like garbage.
You know what I'm saying? But that's only for the superstars, though.
Yeah, the superstar.
If you just if you a motherfucker who was excelling on one team and then you get traded to another team, you don't do that good. It's like, why was you that good? And sometimes maybe it's the system, right? So it all depends. People pick and choose, because you know that's how it goes.
Shit, that's Drake. Y'all gonna think I'm hating that shit. Draymond showed that this year, boy. He lost his system players. I mean, you know that system in play. Oh, why can't Can't you average double digits, sir?
Absolutely. You see what Deion Waiters doing right now?
Hooping.
Crazy.
But we called that though.
I know,
We been said
but a
that
lot
was
of people
money.
think
You
that
see what
wasn't gonna
JR
happen.
did?
Salute to JR.
But did you see what he did? The shot? It was
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Cash. I was like, but see, that's one thing I say he can do that, Bradley can't. And I'm like, that's low key what we gonna need. Because think about it,
But
that's perfect for JR because he's an open gym hooper. Like,
you want to know why this works perfectly? It ties into what I was just talking about.
because we got open gym hoopers on our team.
Not only that, but it ties into the fact I said defense is going to be even more of a non-factor in this predicament. So you don't need an Avery Bradley.
No.
You don't need someone to lock up. There's not going to be a point where the adrenaline is going to go so crazy. It's like this motherfucker. Like, I think it's going to be very rare we're going to be seeing people go into a zone.
I feel like LeBron's going to get there because he's just a
freaking name. We're going to see the elite do it, but we're not going to see.
I'm going to name the 5 right now that's going to get into that zone. I'm going to name the 5. I'm going to tell y'all the 5 right now. Giannis, because he's already in the fucking zone.
All the time, just because that motherfucker's a freak of nature. How can you not be in the zone?
He's in the zone. Giannis is going to be in the zone. Bronny's going to be in the zone. Kawhi's going to be in the zone.
We'll see about that.
I know Kawhi's going to be in the zone.
We'll see about that. Y'all heard it here first. No, he's not.
Kawhi's going to be in the zone. Paul Siakam. Y'all over here going to hate on that. Paul Siakam going to be in the zone, man. All right? Watch. When he's in the zone, I want apologies. All right? Because this year people was talking that cash money. He was an all-star. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Paul Siakam, 5th one. I really think it's going to be Russ, man. Y'all sleep, man. It's going to be Russ.
That was one of the most disrespectful lists I ever heard in my life. That shit was crazy. Obviously, it's going to be LeBron. That's first and foremost. Second is going to be James Harden. All right. Actually, I would put James Harden over LeBron because James Harden is such a great open run player. He's going to be in his zone easily.
And Russ won't?
Nah, Russ isn't going to be in his zone. Not like the way James Harden is going to be.
Watch Russ have better stats.
Nah, that's going to be crazy. That's definitely not going to happen.
All right.
Just hit a blank. Who else in the playoff?
Nuggets.
No one on there is going to hit his zone.
Raptors.
No one's on there is going to hit his zone. Oh, Giannis, of course. Giannis is going to hit the zone. Giannis is always going to be in the zone. So that's 3 right there. Who else up in that joint? Clippers. I really don't think Kawhi is going to hit the zone, so I'm not going to say him.
Luka might.
Luka's going to hit his zone. Luka's a great open player. So that's 4 right there.
I forgot about Luka. Luka's for hitting his zone. That man cold.
And then my 5th, that's who it's going to be. Then my 5th is going to be Dame Lillard. So that's my 5 is going to hit the zone. Absolutely.
I hope AD hit his zone.
AD ain't hitting no zone. That nigga didn't hit
his zone.
He didn't hit his zone. He didn't hit his zone when the playoffs was happening, goddammit.
Sports won't be the same to the crowd is back in the atmosphere when the fans would just makes you want to go 200%
instead of 100. That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm like, anybody who is really in sports know that the fans make a difference.
It does. You mean Giannis Antetokounmpo? He crazy.
No, you forgot the T, man. Antetokounmpo. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
You got to respect the T, man. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Hey, bro, he's really unstoppable in 2K, bro. Like, he gets the ball, bro, and you think you're giving him some space, right? Motherfucker just do 3 dribbles, bro. Still slam that shit.
He do that shit in real life.
That's why I can't get mad. I just be like, what the fuck? And if he don't win a ship this year, he has to leave the Bucks because he won't win. This is the year he has to win. This is the only year he can win.
Hold on, I'll be right back, y'all.
That's in my opinion, y'all. I don't think he can. This has to be the year because last year Kawhi really upset them because they was really supposed to win technically, and they got 4-0 after winning 2 in a row. So, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't really supposed to happen. It was really supposed to be Giannis versus KD, the Warriors. It's supposed to be that, but you know Kawhi had other plans. So now. Who's gonna stop Giannis over there? Like last year it was Kawhi that gave him that good defense, and you know they switched out with Siakam. But see, the only thing is with Siakam, I don't have too much. You know, Ibaka a little older. I don't know how he gonna really be coming in with no fans. I don't know what Boucher kind of gonna do. Marc Gasol.
Think about how are the older players.
That's what I'm saying.
Be with no fans.
For fans, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm like, okay, Powell can go get 40 and 10, but I'm like, that's not gonna win them games. You know, Kyle Lowry older, he about to be 35.
I don't think Kyle's gonna be good on this.
Now, Fran Fleet might come in and do some shit, but I'm like, they don't have to. You feel me? Them two can't beat Giannis, in my opinion. Like, and I think Siakam cold, but Giannis on a whole other level. Like LeBron, you know what I'm saying? If he was in his prime, it'd be, you know, easy money. But you know, Bron, he got to give a lot to get Giannis now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a cakewalk for Bron. Like Bron really gotta strategize to beat Giannis. Like, okay, I gotta turn it on at these times. I can't really exert myself too much. And Rondo's out. Oh, on God, you know. So, am I lying though? Now KD was back, of course. KD. You know what I'm saying? But because I don't think Giannis can fuck with KD. What you think?
Hell no.
Okay, cool. I you know how people be out here these days. What? He'll give KD work.
KD's the best player
KD
to ever touch the earth. Ain't no one ever been better than KD. No one touches KD.
Thank
Not
you.
one motherfucking player.
Thank
I'm talking about in
you.
history. I'm talking about MJ not better than KD.
I know.
If KD played in MJ's era, that nigga would have 8 rings, nigga.
More than that, bro. 10.
Like 12 in that joint.
He's coming in rookie year on any of them teams and taking them to the finals.
He said, Itz Sniperzz said, Giannis Antetokounmpo is my favorite player. His play style seems so unreal. He's a freak. See, his play style doesn't seem unreal to me.
Nah.
I think his body type and the way he's able to control his body, that's unreal. His athleticism is unreal.
You know what he really is? He's just a more, you know what I'm saying, like you said, developed. He's just a more like that Sean Kemp to me.
No. But he's better than Sean Kemp.
But I'm saying, but Sean Kemp, you see how he played. He was kind of loopy and loppy.
But
it's
Sean
like
Kemp's athleticism though was different though. Sean Kemp, that nigga had bounce. Giannis, like how big he is. I know, but I'm like how big Giannis is, like his reach, the way he can, like his body type, the way he's able to control it is crazy. My bad, y'all. That was the third time. His body type, the way he's able to control it, that's athleticism. People always want to put athleticism in something like how high you can jump, how fast you can run, how strong you are.
No,
but athleticism is how well you can control your body and be able to tell it what to do. It's crazy. So it's like, so I agree with that. He's too big to play like he is, kind of like LeBron. LeBron's basically Russell Westbrook in a 6'8" body. 6'9" body, and that's why he's so crazy. You know what I'm saying?
What about KD?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why I say I think KD's the best player I've ever seen in my life. Like just eye test, because I'm like KD is literally the same size. He's bigger than Giannis, but he can do all the things Giannis can do
and shoot.
And that nigga can play like a point guard if he wanted to.
But he got Steph range though. Niggas
that's what I'm saying. I'm like that nigga could be Steph Curry, or he can choose to play like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Not in the same aspect as Steph, or not in the same aspect as LeBron, but he has both games. Like Giannis don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Giannis is basically a skinnier LeBron. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, Giannis is really Russell Westbrook tall. I mean, if Russell was 6'11", I'm pretty sure he'd do the same shit that motherfucker doing.
But the thing is, he's gonna have to be able to have the same control over his body at that. Like, the taller you get, the harder it is to be able to have that control. So he's gonna have to be blessed with that.
That's a big version of Russ, though. I'm like,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, that's the only thing.
Look, we just blew Itz Sniperzz mind. He said, "Wait, KD better than MJ Chicago Bulls, or was y'all playing?" No, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
KD's better than MJ.
What?
Easy. KD would get. How could MJ stop KD from getting the bucket?
I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Who's ever stopped KD from getting a bucket?
Couldn't guard T-Mac. MJ couldn't guard T-Mac.
MJ never guarded the best player on the team. Like, he would have instances, but why the fuck you think Scottie Pippen was there? Like, we trying to boost MJ like his defense was crazy. I'm like, they had the best defender. Scottie Pippen locked up all the best niggas on the other team.
Every time.
Like, come on, yo.
Every time. Don't act like Jordan was the number one man on D.
That's one thing you at least give Kobe.
Kobe guarded up he guarded Bron.
I remember when Kobe guarded Bron. Kobe never back. He wanted that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like I still like I'm not at the same time too. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not necessarily from the MJ era where I big watch MJ, but when I do watch his highlights and I watch the boy play, I'm like, that boy is crazy. Like, he's crazy. Like, that nigga is nasty. But KD, man, that skill level, man. That shit's like a futuristic skill level.
Think about it. They couldn't fuck with Grant Hill back then.
We in 2020 and we still don't have another KD. Think about that.
But I'm like, bro, think about it. They couldn't fuck with Grant Hill back then. Like, look at them highlights. Grant Hill was giving Scotty big B's, Jordan big B's. You telling me a nigga that got the same left to right but better and can pull
for way better than the nigga 7 feet.
But he can pull for 30 feet further.
7 feet, nigga.
He can pull for 30. Bro, the last year, the year they swept LeBron when KD gamed that motherfucker from 40 feet, I said, what the fuck is this? He hitting crazy shit. I'm not saying MJ the best. What I mean is KD is good, but damn, MJ compared.
I speak on that. See, that's the one thing I'm not doing. I'm not comparing KD to MJ because their skill set is completely different. What I'm saying is I think KD's skill set is better than MJ's. I think it is much more effective, and it's something that just hasn't been duplicated. Simply because if we're gonna praise Giannis for what he can do because of how motherfucking big he is or his athletic frame, then how can you not do that for KD when KD's not only taller than Giannis,
got longer arms and can shoot better and handle the ball
better, control the pace of the game
can pass better,
can go to the bucket better. Like that man, when he wants to go off, there's no stopping him.
Like you can stop Giannis. We've seen it in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Kawhi and them figured it out. They said we're gonna triangle this motherfucker. Kawhi, you force him to a side. We're gonna collapse him back down there with big Marcus on him. We got Ibaka coming over the top. Easy. KD, you can't do that. The motherfucker like 1, 2, 3, Kayow. Hold that. For me, Kobe and LeBron is the best. If Giannis keeps it up his whole career, then he can possibly be the next GOAT. Kobe and LeBron are all obviously two players that are just something basketball, has never seen and will ever see again. And as a fact,
man, salute to Kobe. R.I.P. to Kobe, man.
R.I.P. to Kobe. It really hurts to really talk about that, man. But Kobe, and I always said it. When I was younger, I said it. People try to stray me away from it. But I'm going to always say it, and I'm going to keep saying it. Kobe was better than MJ to me simply because he took his moves and did it better. Only reason I feel like MJ was overly glorified is just because of the talent he played. And you can't cap on that. I'm like, Kobe had to go against somebody like T-Mac on a daily basis, VC, AI, Stephon Marbury. Like, come on, man. We talk about real certified dogs.
Y'all won't even go lower. A lot of people don't think, Michael Redd was crazy.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm missing somebody. Steven Jackson.
Bonzi Wells was crazy.
Bonzi Wells. You got Sacramento over there.
I don't
Jamal Mashburn. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Jones.
Jamal Mashburn was crazy.
Crazy, bro. Jamal was nasty.
Danny Granger, goddamn. I know he's a small forward, but still.
No, Kobe, he had to go against them motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying.
Every day.
Because I'm like, he wasn't just a three. He played the two.
Guarded him.
Danny Granger played the two a lot, too.
Yes.
Because when they had Ron Artest, Danny Granger was a two.
Bro, he had to go against D-Wade, Rip Hamilton, Jerry Stackhouse.
Rip Hamilton was crazy.
All these dudes, man.
Rip Hamilton was crazy. It was a stack when it came to
Manu Ginobili.
Shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just who Kobe had to go against on a daily basis. Who Jordan had to go against?
Joe Johnson, nigga.
Come on, bro. You can keep going all day. Don't act like Rajah Bell went out there.
Rajah Bell, man.
Bruce Bowen.
Bruce the truth. If you want to talk about the defenders, man, there's a lot of defenders.
Ron Artest.
There was a whole lot of defenders. Doug Christie.
Prince.
A lot of people would put Doug Christie in that category.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't like Doug Christie, but he could defend.
But he was in there. Shane Battier.
Man, Shane Battier was crazy. Shane Battier was definitely crazy.
Come on, bro.
Corey Maggette. You know what I'm saying?
Caron Butler.
Larry Hughes.
Come on, bro. Gilbert, Antoine. Like, bro, Kobe was going against certified dogs every night. Like, no disrespect to Jordan. You got to play who you play against. But come on, bro. He's stressing over John Starks.
Even Desmond Mason was crazy.
But I'm just like, Jordan stressing over John Starks?
Yeah.
Clyde Drexler, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a great player. But he's stressing over Clyde?
But Clyde's a good one. I'm like, I got to give him Clyde. Clyde's a good one.
But I'm like, Clyde couldn't shoot. He couldn't fuck.
That's
with
what I'm saying.
Jordan,
Clyde wouldn't be who he was if he played in the same
That's what I'm saying.
era as Kobe. That's my opinion.
Barkley, the only
Even
one.
David Wesley was solid.
Barkley.
Jason Kidd, Kerry Kittles. You remember Kerry Kittles?
Bro, yes. Richard Jefferson.
Richard Jefferson was cold at a point.
Bro, he was nasty.
That nigga was crazy.
He was an all-star.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Oh, hell no. Yeah, Kobe was better than MJ. Scottie was.
Go ahead.
The only reason MJ was, go ahead.
I forgot about that nigga Manu Ginobili. No, you didn't say Manu.
I said Manu.
You did? I didn't. Manu was crazy.
Bro, Cuttino Mobley was cold.
Cuttino, Stevie, franchise, man.
Come on, bro. Like, bro, he had competition every night, bro.
Every night. That's crazy to me.
Like, you know
Paul
what I'm saying?
Pierce. We forgot about Paul Pierce.
Oh, yeah. Paul. The truth.
We forgot about old Paulie, man. That shit is crazy, man.
Jermaine.
There used to be so many motherfuckers back then.
Sean.
Crazy. And if you want to go to kind of like the lower tier, you got Jimmy Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
You got Latrell.
Oh, Latrell was still up there. I don't want to say he was a lower tier, but he was just older.
When he started playing against Kobe,
he was older.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said Latrell.
Yeah.
Corey Maggette was up in there, man.
Corey Maggette was crazy. Yeah. You know I love Corey Maggette. Corey Maggette was cold. He was cold, man. Cold little boy right there. Jason Richardson, man. We forgot about Jason Richardson. Jay Rich was crazy.
Jay Rich, man.
Jay Rich was crazy.
BD, you already know about BD. Everybody should know about BD.
There was so much talent back then.
That's what I'm saying though. Like we
niggas
over here
was
naming
just
all
saucy, man. Lamar Odom, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying we naming all these dudes. That's what Kobe had to go against damn near every night. Yeah. I'm like Jordan, man. His hardest night was the Knicks, but that was a team effort.
JR when he was in his prime, man. JR was crazy in his prime, man.
Shit, that whole Knicks team was cold when they had Kenyon Martin, Marcus Camby, they had Chauncey Billups, they had Melo, JR.
Marcus had that crazy mid-range.
They had Nene. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Nene, man. Y'all see a lot of y'all who don't know about Nene. Y'all see him with the Washington Wizards, and you'll see him go up for like a layup. It look like he's going for a dunk, and he'll just lay it in, and he'll get blocked. Before he would slam all that shit. Like niggas got yammed on consistently.
I remember Nene was like, he was one of the most coldest dudes, but you couldn't tell it by the stats. You look at the stats, you like, that's only average. He get in the game, he be abusing.
He would slam on motherfuckers. Nene was a cold motherfucker, man. Cold. Dwight back in the day was cold, but
Josh Smith. People don't know about Josh.
Oh, Estrada's up in here late. Salute to Estrada.
You forgot about Josh though, boy.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yao Ming was an absolute beast.
Yeah, Yao Ming was a beast.
Yao Ming was somebody
though, bro. I was just thinking about some players, bro, and it just bounced out my head just now, bro. That's so disrespectful.
That's crazy though, niggas.
B. Roy. Oh, people forget about B. Roy.
Brandon Roy was one of the coldest, man.
B. Roy was too nasty, man.
The disrespect Brandon Roy is, and the fact that he gets disrespected is because nobody talks about him. Like I put B. Roy right there with Danny Granger, where it's because of their injuries and no one wants to talk about.
This duo right here, though, is probably one of the most underrated, just because they weren't together long enough. They'd have stayed together. I don't know what they would have did. Boozer and Williams, boy.
Darren Williams. Nobody talks about how cold Darren Williams was in his prime.
Boozer was 22 and
10. Yeah. But that's why I be saying the same thing about Drew Gooden, because Drew Gooden was nasty at the time, man. Drew Gooden was cold.
He was, bro.
Drew Gooden was a cold ass.
People don't even be talking about Zebo ever.
Yeah, that is wild. Niggas don't talk about Rudy Gay. Niggas think Rudy Gay was weak.
Bro, Rudy Gay was nasty. He's
slamming on niggas.
He used to game motherfuckers all
game them, but he would slam on niggas, bruh.
His reverse was the
Rudy
coldest.
Gay used to slam on niggas, man. Niggas disrespect Rudy Gay. Y'all don't know how cold Rudy Gay was, man.
Rasheed was cold, nigga.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling y'all sleep on Artest, though. Artest was nasty, y'all. Y'all talk about Draymond Green. What? Artest is giving him 30 and getting 5 steals. What? Draymond wish he could be Vernon Artest.
Artest was a cold boy.
Too cold. Allen Iverson was there also. We already said Steve. Oh yeah, Steve.
I forgot about Steve.
You gotta respect Steve, man. Said Dirk. Josh Smith. Oh, I'm sorry, I yell, y'all. Josh Smith. No, Josh Howard was one of the coldest dudes, man. I'm telling y'all.
His game was smooth, man.
Josh Howard was nasty.
Y'all know there was a point in time, Jeff Teague, man. He was doing his thing, man. He was cold. Cold-blooded.
K Love. Damn,
I forgot about Kevin Love. Yeah, Kevin Love was cold as fuck with Minnesota. That nigga left Minnesota, man. I don't know what happened to him, man.
D Rose, man.
D Rose, man. D Rose. The Boston versus Chicago playoff series was one of the craziest players. That shit will never be duplicated.
No, because I remember, I never forget, because when Ray Allen gamed them motherfuckers, that shit was crazy. I was like, that D Rose. Because Ben Gordon, niggas forgot about Benny. Ben Gordon was so cold, y'all.
Ben Gordon was cold. Ben Gordon
was nasty. Yeah.
Rajon Rondo was a beast, though. Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie. Reggie was just like in his later years. He was more like of a 90s, 80s. Like when he got in the 2000s, he was still good, though.
I know. He's kind of like Scotty. He was still hooping. And Rashid. He was still out there hooping.
Nah, he was still, because they could have won a ring that year with Ron Artest and them, man. Yeah. Even Ron Artest said to this day.
Jermaine,
bro, because Jermaine O'Neal. Even he said, Ron Artest, if you watch the Knuckleheads podcast with Darius Miller and Quentin Richardson, he goes on there and he says Jermaine O'Neal should have won the Defensive Player of the Year. He's like, he was our best defender. And I be forgetting, people forget he used to beat on shit.
Jermaine was a cold boy, man. People be forgetting how
Jermaine
cold
O'Neal was a beast, y'all.
That man was no motherfucking joke right there.
He used to be a 90 in NBA Live. Absolutely. Like, you a 90 in NBA Live, you was nasty, boy. But yeah, man, Kobe had to go against dogs, man. Like the way all them, man, I'm just like, Jordan just didn't have to go against that type of competition. I feel like he had to go against somebody like a T-Mac, man. Like, that's going to be a harder first round. You know what I'm saying? Because T-Mac coming with 40. Like, John Starks wasn't coming with 40.
I agree, man. Absolutely.
He's not coming with that. If he gets 40, that's his game of his life. T-Mac get 40, he like, damn, he might get 50 next game.
T-Mac was cold. I wish that nigga never
got hurt.
Man.
Because once he got hurt in Houston, I remember people used to say he was better than Kobe. Used to irritate me. But like when I look at it now, I'm like, I see why they were saying that. Because I was kind of blind when I was younger, y'all. I was such a Kobe fan. I couldn't appreciate nobody else's game like I should have. Like I would have, know they was good and nasty and all, but now I understand. Like, oh, okay, yeah, T-Mac was just on another level. Like he was just a big ass Kobe. I'm like, people forget he really was damn near 6'9". Like T-Mac was tall. He wasn't short at all. But you couldn't put no forwards on them because they too slow. And then the guards, you just shoot over them. Hey, what's y'all thoughts on the NFL? Estrada, I ain't gonna cap. I ain't even see that list.
I ain't see that, man. And honestly, if I would have saw it, I probably would agree with a lot of it because I'm not that educated when it comes to NFL side of the game.
101 Zen. If I ever meet y'all, I'm 101 Zen. I'm 6'4". I'm guessing Zen like 5'11". Damn.
It's because you be sitting low in the seat.
Look. I know.
And first of all, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just got I ain't gonna lie, my posture sometimes ain't the greatest, man.
Yeah, you be slashing over a whole lot. And you be looking down. Nah, you're gonna be surprised. That nigga like 6'2", so you ain't gonna have that much of a height advantage on him. And from what I know, you gotta have some type of skill, man. Just because you tall don't mean you could do some shit.
I know you better have a shot at Itz Sniperzz. I hope that Sniperzz you got a burner. Cause I'm like, I'm not no slouch. Man, you gonna have to come with it, man. I got pride, man. I'm gonna play defense. I'm not gonna let you get 30, bro.
That nigga's not gonna get 30.
I'm just saying anybody. I'm just like, that's the type of player I am. I'm not James Harden that's gonna let you score so you can come get a 3. No, sir.
So real quick, y'all, I want to name off a couple fights that's going to be happening. We got Tony Yoka versus Johan Duhaupas. Hopefully I said his name right, on September 25th. I may not know too much about Tony Yoka, but he's an up-and-coming heavyweight. He got a lot of potential. Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora targeted for October. Adrian Broner says, if I return to 135, I'll destroy the weight class.
Thanks.
Teofimo Lopez ready for the little diva Vasily Lomachenko once Fat Take Davis.
Fat Take Davis, they shooting.
Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia to fight in November.
Fudge, I've been balling for 8 years. I'm known for defense, but
that means he ain't got no offense then. Yeah, you'll work him.
Oh yeah, he ain't got no you'll work him. That's funny, man.
Dillian White could fight twice in 2020, says Eddie Hearn.
He gonna fight a tomato can. Wish you was smaller though.
Yeah, see, he was hoping. He's at 5'11".
I know he was
like,
hoping he could just bully me, back me down.
Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. sells for $49.99 on pay-per-view for September 12th. So niggas gonna be paying $50 for that Jake for exhibition.
People gonna pay for that.
Lomachenko has his side of negotiations completed for Teofimo fight on October 3rd. I'll give you a couple more headlines real quick. Then we gonna get up out of here and do the headline. Let's talk a little bit about the headline.
Why you updating?
Sean Porter versus Sebastian Formella on August 22nd on PBC on Fox. Let me give y'all one more. Josh Kelly versus David Hassan in October or November. So unfortunately, man, there's some fight dates, but a lot of this shit is spaced out. Nothing too exciting right now. I'm still waiting to hear because they're still talking about Luke Campbell versus Ryan Garcia being something, but I haven't actually seen a fight date for that. So let's see maybe if I can give y'all a fight date or what's the target date for that. Ryan Garcia to announce Luke Campbell fight soon. Okay. So that was from Eastside Boxing. That was about an hour ago. So apparently it's looking like Garcia is going to be fighting Luke Campbell. We'll see though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. We're gonna see if that's gonna happen. But that's some fights coming up. Itz Sniperzz said I'm pretty good at offense, but I don't know, man. Not as confident no more. Damn, Tyson fight $50. Do they think the money can grow on trees? Well, for $50, I'm gonna watch a fight where no one could get hurt because no one's there for it. I agree. I'm like, I didn't know they was gonna go pay-per-view for it. $50. People are going to buy it simply because you have Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, and then before you remember you got the YouTube fans, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. I'd buy it simply for that. That's crazy. Nate Robinson about to get his ass whooped. But
you think?
I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna buy that. I'm for sure gonna definitely make sure I legally stream that respectfully. Jake Paul was there to see Tyson. He was there and he got on the undercard. God damn it! So he's making a little bit of money. Salute to Jake Paul for doing that. I think Jake Paul is gonna beat the brakes off of Nate Robinson. Unless Nate Robinson has always been secretly training in boxing, yeah, I think he's gonna beat the brakes off him. But that's just my opinion. Young Zen, go ahead and go into the topic if you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Talk to the people, goddammit.
It says CEOs of Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google testify in front of Congress. It says the heads of the four major U.S.-based technology companies are virtually testifying in front of House of Judiciary Committee on Wednesday in a antitrust hearing. Yeah, man. I'm basically trying to say that these four companies are having too much power. How y'all feel about that, man? I think, technology is really, runs the world, man. And I'm like, if you have a technology company, you in the game. And these just so happen to be the people that, you know what I'm saying? Head honchos.
So what they saying, man?
Basically, testifying, basically going at them because they feel like these tech companies have too much power over their market power.
But doesn't anybody who have control of wealth in this motherfucking country have too much power technically? Is that what they're saying?
I feel like
are they coming at Amazon?
Yeah. You didn't hear the companies are saying?
Oh, so that means, man, they coming at the motherfuckers with money. It's crazy though because I think it's all for show. Because at the end of the day, all these motherfuckers be like, "Hey, yo, the economy is moving because of us. How you gonna tell us what to do when the economy relies on what we do?"
I think it's gonna.
How you gonna tell me to change business up when we making y'all niggas money?
I think it's gonna end up like
we the bosses in this bitch. Throw it like yo.
Against Congress before, and he was just sitting there. And he was just telling them about himself.
Yeah, and that nigga didn't change nothing. He didn't change nothing.
But I'm just saying, like, he wasn't gonna go to jail, and then like I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. I feel like they're gonna kind of just come at them and telling like people are not liking how y'all moving, etc., 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 and y'all need to make certain changes to maybe get back or whatever. I don't know what Congress gonna come up and tell them folk. But I think it's something wrong that there's gonna be some BS like that, and then on to the next agenda, whatever next topic.
All this shit is a look to make it look like our government has some type of power when in reality they don't. I'm like, all these big companies with all this money, they can do whatever the fuck they want, and they nobody to say shit. Nobody gotta say shit. They're scolding these niggas.
Go ahead.
I'm like, nigga, this is how the economy is running. I'm like, y'all showed us that. Like, y'all personally showed us that by bailing out these big businesses. God damn it, I did it again. That's the 4 times. God damn it. Salute to the people. Throw a like if you haven't thrown a like.
They also showed us that when they told motherfuckers to go buy toilet paper because we was gonna run out.
Bailed out the banks. I'm like, y'all bail out all the motherfuckers that keep the economy running, but y'all don't bail out none of these small businesses, these little mom and pop places. You heard me? So don't try and act like you gonna the Facebook, Twitter, they got too much. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They got the money in this joint. See what I'm saying? You want this right here? You good. Yeah. So
yeah, it's interesting, man.
So I'm just like,
it's interesting. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm like, this shit for the show. This shit for the birds. They know at the end of the day what controls what, who controls who. And when it comes down to the economy right now, the last thing they could be telling is the motherfuckers who move so much money, who move so much shit going around. The reason why, look, the only reason why we see this happening, in my opinion, because we got the election coming up. You know what I'm saying? And right now, Joe Biden is running away with it. That's how it looks. So they like, oh no. We can't let, because a lot of these, you got to understand, a lot of these dudes or a lot of these companies who do have, you know what I'm saying, these social media companies money, they lean more toward the left side. That's where their beliefs are at, or that's what they portray, because that's where the money is too. Having those type of ideals and those beliefs is that's where the money's at too.
Facts.
Money always talks, Estrada. Absolutely. Salute to that. If I give a like to that comment, I give a like to that comment, because money always talks. We live in a capitalistic society.
Because if it didn't talk, they wouldn't listen to Bill Gates' ass. Ah!
We live in a capitalistic society. It's all based on money. So that's how the world goes. That's how the world runs. Why you think we have so many states, man? Like, man, fuck this whole, whether you believe it's real or not, but they're like, man, even if this shit is real, I'm gonna make this money. You ain't gonna make me not make money. Because that's what it's about. That's how you gotta stay afloat. As soon as you get behind in this world, it's hard as fuck to get back in front. You know what I'm saying? So people who feel like they got some type of foot kind of ahead of the, you know what I'm saying, ahead of the finish line, like kind of got 1 foot forward. They don't want to motherfucking bring that shit back and have to work their all the way, because they know how hard it was to get where they at. You know what I'm saying? They want to sustain what they have and improve. So like, that's what it is. It's fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. You got another report you want to give us?
No, that's I mean, what you?
Well, you already know I'm ready. I'm here. I'm geared up. We can go to the news portion of the podcast. You already know I got to tell y'all what's going on in the world. It's getting a little late. Some of people got to wake up early, so we're not gonna hold y'all. Some of the people who just hopped in, go ahead, throw us a like, goddammit. But Dr. Fauci tells people to wear goggles for perfect protection from coronavirus amid growing evidence particles can get in the eyes, as death surpasses 150,000 and 7 states smash daily fatality records. So now we are being told that goggles is something we might want to think about wearing if we want to protect ourselves from the coronavirus. I wear glasses. I don't wear them when I'm at work, so I guess that's oxymoron to an extent. Maybe give me some big ass goggles. Any motherfucker say, "Why you got them on?" I'm like, nigga, I don't want to get the corona.
I already got me some, baby. I'm ready.
The big ass goggles, he's gonna be running around them things.
No, I don't got big ass goggles, but I got some goggles.
Man, throw them down. You can start wearing them joints. Yeah, man, corona, man. You ain't heard, nigga. This getting in your eyes, man.
Yeah, man. It's creeping in them. Oh, that's why Estrada said, what do you think about that shit? Because they got Lamar Jackson first, Russell Wilson second, Aaron Donald third, Patrick Mahomes fourth, Michael Thomas fifth, Christian McCaffrey sixth, George Kittle seventh, Hopkins eight, Stephen Gilmore 9, and Derrick Henry 10.
I don't disagree.
I was just saying why people was probably outraged because they probably would think Mahomes should be first over Lamar.
Hell no. If Lamar was in that on that Kansas City Chiefs team, man,
I know they would have won the Super Bowl too.
man, the fuck you talking about?
Shit, the fact Baltimore went to the playoffs.
Trump boasts he has axed Obama era diversity rules, so suburbs will no longer be bothered by low income housing and crime will go down, and is branded racist by Elizabeth Warren. Kanye, believe it. Rapper's petition to appear on New Jersey's ballot as presidential candidate contains 600 defective signatures, including many with the same lowercase i's dotted with a small circle, according to formal complaint. Kanye's West petition to appear on the New Jersey ballot as a presidential candidate contained more than 600 defective signatures. After reviewing the more than 1,300 signatures the rapper had submitted, he highlighted a number of issues with Kanye West's submission, which he described as egregiously bad, almost to a degree of insulting. Political reported Mr. West's petition did not contain the valid signatures of 800 qualified voters and should have been rejected by the division. The petition shows that a number of signatures appears nearly identical, including lowercase i's, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, how you doing this thing? Bill Gates sides with Donald Trump and says schools should reopen in the fall because the benefits of in-person learning outweighs the costs for children.
That sounds like somebody with an agenda.
Oh, did that nigga just say being in a class, listen to a teacher talk is more important than the nigga might die? That's what he said. Young Billy out here doing this shit. Bill Cosby probably happy as fuck he in jail. Like, nigga, I got out of the U.S. right when I need to. Nigga, I'm protected. I ain't got no coronavirus. U.S. coronavirus death surpasses 150,000 in 7 states, including California.
Bill about to get out. Bill, you about to be out 2 months.
No, I'm not. You do some crazy shit, nigga.
Bill Cosby said he never want to leave. Yeah, the best thing that happened to me. No pressure.
And that nigga old as hell. He's like, nigga, I'm not trying to get the corona.
God, old, slow death. I'm telling you, you get older, you get sick.
There we go. All right, we good. You just gotta make sure this shit right. We out here. We giving y'all some good news. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more reports. I was seeing some good shit, man. Hold on. That nigga Bill Cosby purposely in jail, nigga. But yeah, like I said, U.S. coronavirus deaths surpasses 150,000 in 7 states, including California and Florida, smashed new daily fatality records amid fears the virus is now spreading rapidly to the Midwest. Uh-oh. Let me give y'all one more. And this is kind of going back to kind of the report that's on the YouTube page what you were talking about it. We have a word for that. Monopoly. Zuckerberg is slammed by congressmen as his emails boasting about buying Instagram because it can hurt us are revealed at tech CEO showdown as conservatives tear into CEOs over bias. Real quick, Mr. Bezos, you're on mute. Amazon CEO and world's richest man struggles with technology at antitrust congregational hearing and is caught sneaking a snack on camera.
Man can't eat no food.
Mark Zuckerberg refuses to apologize for Facebook's inflated claims about video views on his platform. His Democrat Jerry Nadler flays him lies, which caused journalists to lose their jobs. And more than 100 police departments back out of agreements to help provide security for Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee. That nigga eating good, boy. So that's the news going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because it's hard to find some good news, man. That they released, that they're allowing for us to see and be aware of. Not too much good shit ever I can find. And that's unfortunate.
Oh,
hallelujah. Got to end there with hallelujah. How y'all doing though? It's good, man. It's the middle of the week. I won't lie. I'm happy it's the middle of the week because I hate the beginning of the week. God damn it. But this right here, man, this makes a motherfucker feel better. And real quick, I want to shout out the bitch nigga who went on my video. Man, appreciate the attention, man. Yeah, man, how you feeling? We doing the 51-50 side of the game. We ain't done in a minute. You want to just go ahead and roll up out of this?
We're gonna give them a dry week. Next week we back live with on y'all holdings. We're gonna give y'all what y'all need. You know what I'm saying? Right now we in you know what I'm saying, Dixon mode. You know what I'm saying? We just, you know what I'm saying? But after that, we're gonna get right back with y'all. We're gonna get up in this 51-50 that motherfucker again next week. And eat.
Yeah, man, salute to the people, man. We appreciate y'all. Keep supporting us. Black Goose family is the family, y'all family.
Drop them likes if you ain't dropping.
Yeah, drop the likes, subscribe if you ain't there. Yeah, salute the people. We're gonna be back next week with some new shit. And check the comments.